everybody. I'm Dutch, and these are the Quilted Chameleons. In a world where craftsmanship meets innovation, where comfort meets durability, and where adventure meets relaxation, comes the ultimate evolution in hammock innovation. Proudly made in the USA, the Dutchware Quilted Chameleon Hammock is a culmination of years of dedication and passion, with every stitch telling a story of excellence. The reason our flagship hammock remains timeless is because it continues to adapt and evolve to your camping needs. Compatible with all your existing Chameleon accessories, it seamlessly integrates into your outdoor lifestyle. Featuring an asymmetrical quilt design for the flattest lay imaginable, the resilient boot thread stitching ensures durability that withstands the test of time. Made out of Dobby 1.9 fabric, a polyester nylon blend that has a 400-pound weight rating, it's engineered to support you through every adventure. With both the hammock body and the quilt shell treated with DWR for moisture protection, you can rest knowing you're shielded from the elements. Unlike traditional insulated hammocks out there today, the Dutchware Quilted Chameleon Hammock boasts a one-of-a-kind patented single-layer body, delivering the perfect balance of warmth and breathability. The quilt stuffed with an 850 fill goose down that was ethically harvested, with 25% overfill done for maximum coziness. With a 5-star downproof rating on both body and quilt shell, you can enjoy uninterrupted comfort no matter where your adventures take you. The quilt shell, crafted from Argon 90, which is a 15 denier fabric, ensures lightweight performance without sacrificing durability, making it the perfect companion for any outdoor excursion. So the time is now to upgrade your hammock experience with the Dutchware Quilted Chameleon Hammock. Your adventure awaits. It's here. This hammock is simple and cozy. Your setup is going to be easy and quick, but most importantly, you are guaranteed a warm night of sleep. Thank you, everybody.
Hello everybody, I'm Dutch, and I really want to thank you for coming to our live stream. You know, we've been doing these for a couple weeks now. We're still perfecting it, and well, all of this is only possible because of you guys, and actually, I can't stress that enough. So, this is a live stream, and a live stream is meant to be interactive, or else we could just videotape this earlier today and it would have been a lot easier. So, give me your comments, give me your questions. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can through this whole thing. So please keep me busy with the questions, all right? So on the thank yous, to be a cottage vendor, it really means that you have to be able to come out with new gear, and all that is only possible with the interaction of you, the customer, and also an incredible staff that I have, and I cannot thank enough. I know I'm the pretty face, but there are so many people that put this together. We are a DIY company, so I don't have some marketing company or some film crew here to do this. It is really done with the help, the developing of the gear to figure out how to make this this quilt just worked perfect on this hammock so that it didn't stretch. Michelle, if you happen to be listening, you are very instrumental in making this happen. All the people here, we've been working really hard. We've been having meetings and putting things together so that we can get this thing going efficiently so that we can manufacture them for you guys. And I can't thank everybody quite enough. So we have a lot of things that we have planned. We have a lot of giveaways because this really is a celebration to me. This is something that I've been working on for a very, very long time. And I believe that this is a different day from this day forward. So we have pillows, and I have one of my DIY quilts because I no longer need quilts. So I'm going to give away a very special quilt that I made probably 18 years ago. And we have some of our food, we got packbacks, we have gift certificates. And in the end, we are going to give away Quilted Chameleon #1. Now, the reason it is #1 is because we are going to put a serial number on every chameleon, every quilted chameleon, I should say. And that goes up into a tag that's way up in here. But we are going to be going and writing down what the fill power is. There's also the temperature rating, and then there's going to be a serial number. So if you ever go and ask, hey, what is or when was this made, we are going to be able to look it up. But also, how special is it to get Quilted Chameleon #1? We made this one particularly special for this, and you won't be able to see it because it's kind of obscured in this gorgeous camo that we did, but where we print the tag, we put that through here. What I really want is the person that gets this is very, very proud of it. And they go and they say, yeah, look, I have #1. And right here it says it. And it's something very special to me. So, the manufacturing this is going to be tough for us. We are a small cottage vendor, and we are going to be able to make 3 to 5 a day. And we really believe that 5 is the capacity at this point. We're trying to figure out ways to make them quicker, but there is going to be a delay on this. And if this is something that you're interested in getting soon, I highly recommend that you jump on board early. We are given a special price for the introductory, so you're the early birds, and since you guys are the guys on this live cast, you're going to be the ones that are going to be the first to know about it. So everybody that was signed up on the notification, we have all your names, and I have a bin here, and it's going to be, I have your name and your email. So I'm not going to read off the entire email because I don't want you to get spammed, but we're going to read off enough so that you know who it is. Some people are going to be winning small prizes, but at the very end, now we do this for Maha all the time, at the very end, we're going to take all those and we're going to put it back in. So if your name got read and you want a pillow, don't worry, you have an equal amount of chance to win Quilted Chameleon #1 in the end. And I know that's what you guys are waiting for. So on the Quilted Chameleon, this one, we are also going to be giving beetle buckles for it. There's going to be spreader bar bug net, which we introduced, I think it's about a little bit over a year now. And I have been thrilled with that. It really keeps the bug net away from your face. It opens it up. You can watch, totally opens it up for you. Keeps you from sitting on your bug net because it pulls it up out of the way. And when you sit there and you have breakfast from the hammock, you don't have the bug net drooping down on you. Also, one of my favorite accessories is peak shelf. So I get to talk about the Quilted Chameleon now and the Dutchware difference of what we did to this to make this thing really special. And guys, this really is special. It came down to this fabric, and I had been working on this fabric for a very long time. I went to the mill and I needed a fabric that wouldn't get pulls from the stitching when you lay in the hammock, because hammocks tend to stretch and the quilt has to get pulled along. I had to make it pleasing to the eye, so it is gorgeous with a kind of like this psychedelic checkered look. It really turned out neat. It has to have a really neat hand feel on the inside, because you don't want to lay on something that's going to be all plasticky. But meanwhile, I had to make it so that it's calendared on the outside. So this shiny look that you have on the outside does not carry over to the inside. And there was very special ways that we were able to do that. And I'm telling you, I really made this from the ground up. When I went and I started with the threads that go into the fabric, that make the hammock, that then you design the quilt that goes to it. So the quilt itself is only one single layer, and that is the outer shell that you see. There is nothing in between the down and your hammock. And that is really, really key. This is lightweight. There's no suspension on this. There's no second layer that you have to put a second layer on the entire hammock, then attach the quilt to it. And there is nothing but warmth between you and that down, and then we wound up putting it exactly where you lay. So it has an asymmetrical design. This is head right, feet left. I'll get to that in a minute. But you'll see that it goes diagonally across here. So I don't have to insulate here, and you don't have to carry that down. I don't have to insulate over here, and you don't have to pay for that material or pay for that down. So we were able to do this really efficiently, really cost effectively, and it keeps it really light. Meanwhile, you are not going to have it slipping off your shoulder. You're not going to have to fidget. Anyone who has hammock camped any amount has woke up with their hammock beside them going, I don't know what happened there. And they're very freezing. So there was some other secret ingredients to this to make it so that the quilt shell actually stretches with the hammock. And that not only keeps the stitches from being pulled, but also it makes it so that the down does not compress at all when you lay in the hammock. And that really is key. We're making this in several different temperature ratings. We got all the way down to 0. Now, I don't want you to think that the 0 is only good for 0, because really it is a range that you get to have this in. And if you need, if you want to go out in the summertime, you can take the 0 and then just use something very light on the top. It would be much like sleeping in your bed, that you have this big heavy mattress and you're really at room temperature. But if you want it to be cooler, you just go down to a sheet, or maybe even vent the sheet, because heat goes up and not down. So the temperature rating for that is going to be 0 degrees all the way up to 70 degrees. Same thing with the 20 and the 40. If you get the 40, you can always add on to it. And you can make it so that you have a quilt that maybe you have an existing quilt, maybe you have a great zip-on underquilt by Jexar Better, and that will be a way that you can extend these ranges down lower, even an underquilt protector. So let's do some giveaways, all right? First up, we just introduced Dutch's Trail Magic. This is something that we've been working on for a long time. And this is all to one winner. Remember, we're gonna draw a name, and then in the end, that name is gonna go back in for the drawing. So these are Dolly Sods Ranchers. This is some slightly broken up Cheeps, okay, which are really nice marshmallow treats that we freeze-dried, and freeze-dried mozzarella cheese, which actually is amazing, that you make that with some ground beef, and it really does turn into cheese after it hydrates. This is one of my favorite from the fruit category, and that is diced pineapple. I eat this right out of here. There's no hydrating it. I just put it in my mouth. It's delicious. You don't have to carry the weight, and you got fruit on the trail. We have Dutch's Trail Magic rotisserie chicken, and it really is rotisserie chicken. We go to a very popular place, we buy their chicken, we pull it all apart, we put it into the freeze dryer, it comes out like this, and then you turn it into a meal. This is a great way to supplement your meal, to improve your meal. Get yourself some spaghetti or something like that, or your ramen, and you add real chicken to it, not what they put into those little ramen packs. And the last one is, this is for the Southerners, dried okra. So you take the chicken, you can make yourself some gumbo. All right. So, in here are the names and the emails of everyone who has who has entered. They had to do it by 3 o'clock today. We have, it's over 500 names in here. It was amazing. And, well, hopefully the emails are easy to read because it is a challenge enough. But the winner is Chris Lindell. So, CM Lindell, congratulations. You got the Trail Magic. Any checks over there. So, temperatures and weight ratings. Can't remember this stuff, so I have this here on my phone, so bear with me. This is also the way my questions are coming through. So this is a 20 degree, and this is going to come in, now we're talking the hammock body itself, and the idea here is that rather than interchange the quilts, you're going to be able to interchange the hammock bodies. Actually, the whole Chameleon ecosystem, it has been so successful, and back in 2016, we started working on this, and we had to make it so that we can expand it through the years and change it. It's really meant to change and adapt to your environment, and boy has it ever, and we have continued to make it so that it will do that even more with the Quilted Chameleon. So you can add insulation to this. So you can get a 40 degree, you can put another 40 degree quilt to it. I think that gets you down to 10 degrees. And we would add things to it through the years. You can put a winter top cover on here, but let's say you tear your bug net and it's a Quilted Chameleon. Well, you don't have to replace the whole Chameleon. All you have to do is replace the bug net. And that has made it awesome for the customer. It also has made it awesome for any time that there has been a warranty issue or anything like that. But the interchanging of the parts, it makes it so that you can improve it and so on. So this body in itself is coming in at $322, and that gets you the hammock body and the quilt. If you really do the math on that, you are getting a 20 degree underquilt and a hammock body for really a better price than what you could do buying them separately. The weight of that is going to be 849 grams. If you get the 0 degree, we're still under 1,000 grams with 998 grams. And then a 40 degree only comes in at 808 grams. So, and that's going to be $310 for the hammock body and for the quilted. And we're giving $20 off for the early birds. The early birds, you are the early birds, by the way. So, Hanks for Fun has a question, so let's do that. How does the size of the new quilted hammock, how does it compare to the 12-foot wide Chameleon? Well, that turns out to be an 11-foot hammock. We're thinking about offering a 12-foot, but as of now, we are going to just go with the 11-foot, and we only have the regular width. The problem with the 12-foot is I like to go wide when we go to the 12-footer because it really gives you the room to spread out. So this is a standard 11-foot Chameleon, and until we change the material, because everything is based on the material, it's going to be staying that. I hope to be able to come out with something, a lighter fabric in the future. But as of now, we're going to stick with this Dobby as it is working perfect, and we have a lot of testing until we get there. So actually, that brings me to a point that there's going to be a lot of innovation that we're going to be able to continue to do with this in the future. So look forward to, it's a whole new world for us, that we have a whole new area that we can branch into. Okay, how about if we do another giveaway? Does everybody know Barry Van Meter? He does some great woodworking, and then he does this great channel with bike packing. I've been privileged to go on some bike trips with him, some great adventures with him, and I've had a lot of fun. And he has made us a couple of these Kuska cups that are so popular. And this has a tarp fly carved into it. So these are really ones of kinds. And we had a small batch of these made, I think like maybe 25 of them. And we are slowly giving them away only to very special people. And one of you is a very special person. So for the Kuska cup, I'm gonna mix them up a little bit. And the winner is Timothy, Julian, or Scully Boy. So, we are a small cottage vendor that's working in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We make all of our stuff. We're literally doing this one at a time. The orders are coming in. We know we're going to get a little bit backed up, and I have to warn you that if you're ordering one of these, you are going to there's going to be a delay more than likely, and so if you are placing an order for it, and there's other things on the order that you need sooner, I'm afraid you're going to have to split the order up because we're going to have to ship it in 2 different times, or they're all going to go out at the same time. But we are manufacturing these one at a time right here in America, and then we really think that that is special and that is really important. I'm not getting a batch of 50 or 100 of these, and one of the things that means is that we can work very efficiently and make this particularly for you. That's why each one of these has a serial number. You're going to go, and when you are number 1, you're going to get number 1. When you're number 2, it's going to come in. I hope people celebrate that, they post that, and they're proud of the number that they were given. So we're also doing this in a very special way. We are lean manufacturers, and we do this to keep our costs down. When someone manufactures overseas, if the quality doesn't come in really good, they have to make a decision, and they have complete batch of product. They have maybe 1,000 of these, and maybe something isn't perfect on it. And then they have to make a financial decision as to whether or not they're going to ship this out or if they're going to reject it. And if they reject it, they might have customer orders that they're going to have to wait another month or 2 for them to be made. We're making these however many is the day that we're going to do. However many we can make in the day is how many we're going to start. So when your hammock is born is when we cut it out on the laser. We're going to do 3 or 5 at a time. And if something isn't right, that decision is really easy because we are only on step 1. If somebody says my quality assurance is done here in America, they're already admitting that the quality assurance at the manufacturing place may not be all that great. And when you can put the quality into every step, and that's what we do, that step number 1 goes in manufacturers and hands it to the person who does step number 2. Step number 2 is taking a look at it and making sure that that met specification. If it didn't, we're rejecting it at step number 1. We're not waiting until it's done. We're not waiting until it got shipped across the ocean. We're able to correct the problem as we go, which is something that we had to learn. And it is something that makes it so that we are efficient and really makes it so that we can prove our quality. We don't have to compromise because there's not a huge investment in one piece of fabric, and we can easily just go and reject it. Making things in America, it is not easy. There are all types of burdens that you have to bear. The American worker has to earn a living wage. I go grocery shopping, they go grocery shopping. I know how much they have to make, and we want to be able to be as efficient as possible so that we can pay them well. And thank you everybody for helping do that and support American vendors. So we do another giveaway. No good. got a lot to hold this time. So we got these printed pillows. When we wind up with a little bit of run over on the material, like we have to cut something out of it and we have enough that we can make a pillow, we print these pillows, and well, we really make these. They're gorgeous and we're proud of them, and we're going to be giving 5 of them away, and I'm going to do it one at a time. That way someone doesn't say, hey, I want the burlap. We're going to start with this speckled camo. I really don't know the name of it. I should. I'm sorry, but it is really gorgeous. It's tan. Brown's my favorite color, so that's why I picked it. So, oh. We're going to mix these all up again. All right. And the winner of the speckled pillow is Peter. And Peter.Hove. I'm giving these Vicky to send out. Vicky is customer service, and if you've interacted with us, you've probably interacted with her. She answers the phone, she does a great job, and she is a hammock camper taking care of hammock campers, and we're really proud of that. At home, give me a big applause. All right. Ivy. We literally took pictures of Ivy and made this print. So it is really pretty, and it's got this pretty green. It's really vibrant. And we got Tamara Galthorpe. Our most popular print is by far the Liquify, and I'm going to tell you the secret of how we made this, because it kind of got a neat little story. Is we took a picture of Smarties and we swirled it all around, and that's what made this. And then we just color coded everything so we could change the colors for it. It has this real neat psychedelic look to it, and well, it has been very successful. And the winner, and we go down to the bottom for this one. Jeff Stower. So we're going to be shipping these out to you. We don't care where you are in the world. We're going to ship them out to you, and you don't have to pay for postage or anything. Just we're going to email you, and then we just need your address, and we'll get them right out to you. Who doesn't love bling? So this is our bling print, and it's also, again, you're going to see a lot of brown in the things we do because my favorite color is brown. So that's just, I get to have a lot of decision in those things. So I hope this isn't a mean person. Tony, and the email is tfrada99. So you'll notice we're not giving the whole email because then spammers will contact them. So we got one more, and that's burlap. We really made this for the burlap and coffee bean hammock. If you haven't never seen one, they're really awesome. Sometimes we make the brick bag out of that, where we put the burlap on the outside and the coffee beans on the inside, and they're great coffee bags. But it always makes really neat when you see the burlap on the outside, coffee beans on the inside, and I like it when the top cover is on there. This print stuff is fun. So, George Baskin. Congratulations, George. I feel like there should be cheering going on, don't you? Hey, George. All right, so we went and we started making these, and then it was almost an afterthought. Now, I keep everything that I have in the Anaconda. Big shout out to John Rammel and Chris Gherkin. They are really the ones that came up with the idea of the Anaconda, and really I'm just the manufacturer, so I always like to give them creds. But it really works well in an Anaconda because you put this whole system together. You can leave your quilt in there if you want to, and it just sucks all up in there. But I didn't want to add an Anaconda, and some people may already have Anacondas, so I didn't want to add to the price of it with that. And we were putting them in what we call a double stuff sack, which is a double-ended stuff sack, kind of like the Black Bishop bag, and it closes up. And the only reason we did was because it was big enough to take on a quilt. It was really the only thing we had that was big enough, but it didn't give enough compression. So we developed a compression sack for it. This is a double-ended stuff sack that compresses it down. This can come down a little bit more. This has a winter, actually a Helion top cover, and you can see it's a little bit bigger than a football. But these go, and there's 3 polyester straps that cinch this thing down. One end, I always like to keep the head end, sticks right out. This hole is permanent, and then this hole has a cord lock. So I would hang this on the beetle buckle. You pop all these off, and it comes right out. This is going to be an option for when you purchase it. If you don't have an Anaconda, I kind of recommend that you have this. Otherwise, the quilt winds up being pretty big. Or some type of compression sack, because let's face it, it's down, it gets fluffy, and you want to make it small, or you got to carry a bigger pack. So we really went through a lot of things to develop this, and we kept the price down as much as we possibly could. And I think we did pretty darn well. There's actually 3 stripes that go around here, and I can show you that what it really does, which is really nice, is when you go to stuff everything into this, it gets nice and big, and you're not going and trying to fit 10 gallons of hammock into 1 gallon of stuff sack. So you stick it in there, and then you can cinch this up. We have several bands that go around here. They act almost like belt loops. And then this one has a very simple ladder lock attached to it. And you just go around and you tighten them down, and I go through them and I tighten them a couple times till it gets all cinched up to the size that I want. I find that when I'm done, I can get it down and get it into my pack, and it winds up being like this in the bottom of my pack. I don't normally keep my top quilt in here, but you could, and some people have a higher fill power, such as the good stuff coming out of Trailheads, and that is something that could compress down into here. But so this is the compression bag that goes with it. We're also going to be able to sell these separately, but as of now, it is an option. If you don't get this, you still get the double-ended stuff sack, the double that I already mentioned. So I get the privilege to invent a lot of gear, and a lot of it comes from actually going out and hiking and seeing something. Man, I really wish I had this, and I make something. And there was something that I'd made years ago, and I really like it, and that is the Packback. So, and then I find that nobody's ever heard of the Packback, so apparently I didn't tell enough people about it. So we're going to give away 2 of them now, but I want to show you what the Packback is. So this Atmos doesn't come with a mesh bag on the back of it. It does come with like this shovel pocket that I think is supposed to hold maybe a helmet or something like that. But I like my gear to dry. And also, sometimes I need more space. You're going for winter camping, and your backpack, you don't want to buy a second backpack. This makes it so that you can expand it and you can take more. You can put one of those small chairs, camp chairs, that'll fit in here. And you'll see it has a very expansive pocket. But this pocket attaches at the 4 corners, and I have never seen a backpack that this would not work with. And then it has this big billowing pocket on the back that then you can cinch so you know that it's going to be secure. I've seen a lot of backpacks lately where they're making them ultralight, and what they do is they skimp out on this back pocket. And it's really a shame because this stuff is light and it holds so much. And if you're a hammock camper in particular, you have things that you don't want to put inside. You don't want to put your tarp or your tree straps, which have been soaking in the rain, back into with your quilts. Your rain gear. This makes it so you can fit all your rain gear back here, or maybe you want to dry your socks. That's really one of the things I love about this. You can put your socks back here and it's going to totally dry. So this is Packback. I've really been proud of these. I really like it when I make them, and we're going to give away 2 of them. So to show you what it looks like off the pack, it is just a big mesh bag, and then I have these really neat cord locks and hooks. As a matter of fact, you can also take these and you go around the tree and you hook these together, and now you got a great catch-all. Or if you take these and you hook them from top to bottom, you can then wear it like a little backpack, a little day pack, and it's really great if you want to go out on a little excursion. You can take some water, you can go down to the spring and fetch water. That's usually what I'm doing. Put some snacks in there or whatnot, and you have a little tiny day pack. And this thing, I'm telling you, it really weighs practically nothing. So I'm giving 2 of these away. After this, I'll answer some questions. I'm sorry I've been neglecting it, but I'm kind of excited to give stuff away. We still got gift certificates that we're going to give away, and we have a DIY underquilt that is like a negative 20 degrees that I'm going to give away, and then of course we're going to give away Quilted Chameleon #1. Hurry up, Dutch. All right, I pulled both names real quick. So, winning the Packback is Michael Jones and Tony Hemingway. So, congratulations on them. All right, let me take some questions. This is our sophisticated system. So, what is the weight limit? Actually, there's a twofold question here. So, weight limit's really high, and I'll tell you that you don't want this hammock to fail because it's also your quilt. And we knew that going into it, and that is really important. So we put a weight limit of 400 pounds on this. We really made it so that this thing is really strong, and you are going to have this with the reliability, the strength. You're no longer are you going something that is super ultra light on your hammock body to reduce the weight, because you're reducing the weight on the quilt shell by attaching just the outer shell and some down. So, will you be able to add additional quilts like the zip-on underquilt for installation in colder months? I'm really glad you asked that, and I was prepared. So, we have really good friends, Jack Sar Better, and they make really great stuff, and they are making it right here in America too, and I really want to celebrate them in every chance that I can. So, this is a zip-on underquilt, and this can be added to the Chameleon ecosystem. And the answer to that is definitely yes. You go and you zip this in place. We're going to unzip this bug net. We're going to put this in there, and then you cinch up the ends, and now you have a really super cold weather quilted hammock. And well, you can also put the traditional underquilt on it, and I'll show you how to do that with what's going to be the next prize. So this is a quilt that I made long before I was ever a company. And this is made, the best fabric that you could get at the time was Momentum 90. And that's what this is, as incredible DWR. And I made this was, I think this was the last underquilt I made. Look at the thickness of this thing. It is like 4 inches thick. I don't know the temperature rating this would be. It comes with a storm baffle here on the end, a draft collar, I should say. I also have quilt hooks on it. And of course you can cinch up the ends. This is what's considered a 3/4 quilt. It's really meant for your torso, although it's going down practically to my ankles, and you would put a foot pad underneath your ankles. So this is, without this quilt on here, there is no difference than any other chameleon. We took a chameleon, we used the Dobby fabric, we put a quilt on it. But it still comes with all the things that make a chameleon special. The D-rings on the inside so you can put the peak shelf, the addition to all the pieces that make up the chameleon quilt system, the chameleon ecosystem, and including, it has quilt hooks. So you can add this, and it's only going to keep you warmer. And because it has the quilt hooks, part of the Dutchware difference is that we didn't go with standard things like pack hooks that go on the side of the underquilt. Those things are meant for 1/8 shot cord. They're really meant, the reason they're called pack hooks is because they're really meant to go onto a backpack. And we had a mold built, and we made it so that our pack hooks fit 3/32 shot cord, which is what most quilts are made out of. So they snap in there and they won't come out. So you are able to attach the quilt just like you normally would with a regular chameleon, only it is going to do double duty with the having two quilts put up together, and it's going to keep you extra warm. So with that, I'm kind of sad to see this go. I've had this a very long time, but I really don't need underquilts anymore because I'm gonna now, this is the only way to travel for me, but I'd rather see somebody get good use of this. This is made with the Momentum. There's 900 filled down here. It is really, really thick, and I hope somebody somewhere very cold gets this. So I also put, this was an experiment of mine, but I put sill in the inside to see if that worked, and truthfully, it worked really well. So it's also going to keep any moisture from getting into the down. And this thing is amazing. A little sad, but it does make room in my gear closet. And I got a full gear closet. So this winter, Brian Elder. So congratulations, Brian Elder. So we are given a discount for the early birds on this, but I wanted to do something special. For 5 people, we're going to give away gift certificates so that they can if they order within the first 24 hours, we're going to send out a code, and they will get an additional $20 off of the Quilted Chameleon, however they buy it. So I'll draw those 5 names now, and here we go. Person number 1 is Jeffrey Durham. Andrew Wainwright. Randall Kaiser. Yeah, so far I haven't known anybody. I thought I knew everybody. Tim Schwam. That is 4. So remember, you expect an email, and I think if you order within 24 hours, you get this code that gives you an additional $20 off, and we're already given in the early bird special, so it would be on top of that. And John Stitt, which I think I do know who that is. John Stitt. If that's you, Jay, congratulations. I knew I would know one eventually. All right, I'm going to try to hit another question or two. I think we're looking at just maybe 5 minutes or so before we're going to do this. Please stay tuned on giving away the Quilted Chameleon number 1. Will you consider lining the underquilt with unicorn fur? And how far out is the offering of head left, foot right? I know what you mean by this. This is Kevin Munson. And the people that have made the unicorn fur popular are Trailheads, and John and Karen are fantastic. They really put a lot of passion into the gear that they make, and well, just like me, they are making it right in their hometown, and they wouldn't want it any other way. So they kind of coined the phrase unicorn fur, and what they really meant by that is 1,000 fill down. It is amazing stuff. And so and then are we going to make it so that we can go head left, feet right? And the answer to both those are yes. We are going to come out with different variations of this, different weights on the outer shell, different fills. I'm hoping eventually to slim down a little bit on the Dobby material to get a little bit lighter on that. And then we're also going to be offering head left, feet right. And right now we're only offering 3 colors, and we really need to do that to keep our production streamlined and to keep things flowing. I'm hoping there's a day that we get caught up. It may be 2 months from now, it may be 6 months from now. I really think it might be fall when things tend to slow down. But we want to offer that because that is actually probably the most requested thing, is that we offer both directions. And our production, being a small cottage vendor, is very limited, so it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. Are you doing synthetic fill right away for humid areas? That one also is coming. We have, of course, up insulation, and I hope to cycle that in. That one actually can be pretty quick because that doesn't change the production at all. All that does is change what we're putting into it. Our up insulation has worked amazingly. I'm still fine-tuning the amounts of up that goes in to make each one. We actually prototyped it in up installation, and we know that it works very well. The reason up works really well versus something that is a batten installation is that it conforms to the shape of the hammock, conforms to your body, just like down does. So all it is we take out the down and we put in the up. And although that will not be day one, and I don't know what day it will be, but that one is going to be coming relatively soon because it's a pretty easy one to interchange. Will the hammock come in a symmetrical design? I do plan on making a bridge hammock that does come in a symmetrical design. One of the keys to this, to make this so the stretch is right, is the asymmetrical design. Hammock is pulling one way and the quilt is going into a diagonal pull, and people that really work with fabrics kind of understand my concept of there to make it so that I have a woven fabric that stretches, which is not something that you can do with a symmetrical design. There are some things that I can do there that I could put two pieces of material together and still have things so that it's symmetrical, but still put things in an angle. But I would say that that one is not on the immediate schedule. Can people request certain serial numbers? That is a good question, and I'm afraid you can't. You're going to get the serial number that you get. We're going to go and we're going to produce them in the order that they come in, and then when they go through the final assembly in QC, there's going to be a tag. If I could show that tag. Way up in here, there's a big old tag on here. And at that time, we're going to go and we're going to write the temperature rating, the fill power, and the serial number. And then also on this tag, it has made especially for you. Thank you, everybody, Dutch. So the serial number that you get is the serial number that you get. And I hope people are proud of getting number 10 or something like that. I know that when I've seen this done in other ways, there's a certain amount of being part of something that is really neat, like a Kickstarter. And you can be, I'm number 42, 43, and then when they're going out, I really want people to be able to say, hey, look, I've gotten mine, I'm number 122 or what have you. We're able to produce these at a rate of, at a maximum, 25 a week until I hire more people. This is a great question from John Ellis. How water resistant, waterproof is the underside of the quilted material? And the DWR that is on Oregon is absolutely fantastic. And short of soaking this or dunking this, you're going to be fine with just splash. And it'll wipe off if you really need to. It does not soak through this fabric. And also that DWR is the same DWR that winds up on the Dobby fabric. So the whole thing is pretty darn water resistant. The calendaring also in a non-chemical way, because you are basically melding threads together, seals out water really well. And so the calendaring on the Dobby material, it really wasn't the intent of it, but it happens to be like a side benefit that you get. So it is pretty darn, and if you're getting more water in this, I do know there's splash, but if it's really getting a lot of water in there, you have a tarp problem and not a hammock problem. So, but I really think, John, you're going to be fine. All right, we are getting very close to the end, which I think you know what that means. So I'm going to explain the rules. I'm going to explain what we're going to do here. We kind of have a neat little thing that we're going to do that I hope you find is entertaining and exciting. So we are going to draw 5 names. We are then going to do a duck race with those 5 names. hopefully this goes well. we've been working and we've been testing it. So you're going to go and you're going to watch and see whose duck actually wins. We're going to take all the names. I'm going to do that now. We're going to get all the names back so that even if you had won, you have the opportunity to win the final prize. Okay? If you are one of the 4 that did not win the duck race because you have a slow duck, then we are still going to give you the benefit of getting the $20 off of the early bird special price. So it's almost like winning anyhow.
Okay. If you want to let everyone know the website, it's getting slammed right now, so there's going to be.
I will. Okay. So our website right now is getting slammed right now. So if there are glitches, it is more traffic than we normally have, which is not a bad thing, but that will become better in a half an hour or so, I think. So say yay if you're excited, because we're about to do this. All right, so type in there yay. You know, comments and stuff like that, it really does help my algorithms. We've been doing these live streams now for a couple weeks, and we're not great, but we're getting better. And I hope that they are informative. We did a cooking show, and I really mean them to be educational and also to be interacting with you. And part of that means that you have to be sending in questions and sending in comments. All right. So duck number 1 is Joel Jimerson. So Joel, you have a 1 in 5 chance of winning this, and of course you would, no matter what, you get in the gift certificate. I have to hand these in because they have to put the names on each duck every time. Well, this is odd. This person's name is Thomas Odd. Thomas Odd. This is number 3. Number 3 is Heather Lang. The duck race is only going to last a little short period, and then, by the way, the Quilted Chameleon is live. You'll be able to purchase it. Remember, you don't have to get the complete setup. If you already have a chameleon, all you have to do is get the body, and you are good to go. Oh, I hope I can get this right, but Jeremy Adamich. Adamich. And one more. Ooh, we dropped somebody out of there. So this is the last one. Leslie Smith. So, people, I really want to thank you. It has been your support that has made this possible through the years. It has made it so that I've been able to live my dream of being able to make this type of gear, and your support has made that possible. And I really can't thank you enough. It has been an amazing ride. I remember a long time ago, somebody went and said, I think we've gone as far as we can go with hammocks. And that was like 10 years ago. And I said to him, I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't even started yet. So we still have more ways to go, and it has been through your support, through supporting the channel, through supporting the Facebook, and also supporting each other. The recommendations that you give, the advice that you give, going to hangs. Hangs are a great thing, and it has really made the community strong. So many times on the internet, people argue and they fuss, but it's a little bit different when next month you're going to go see that person and they're going to camp around the campfire with you. It is much more of a community than most people could possibly know, and it has been with your help that has all happened. I think that we are ready. So we are going to go for this duck race. It goes for 30 seconds, and I'm going to give a countdown, and then we're going to press the start button. I hope everyone is excited as I am. 1, 2, 3, go. And looks like Heather Lang is coming up, and that's usually a really good sign. I'm thinking duck number 3 is, there goes that odd one. Oh, it looks like Jeremy is the winner. So, Jeremy, congratulations. You won. Quilted Chameleon number 1. I really hope you treasure it. It is something that we have put a lot of work into, put a lot of thought, put a lot of care, a lot of love. It was made with love in the USA. The other 4 are able to, we're going to send out immediately, we're going to send you out some gift certificates, and you'll be able to purchase it with the $20 gift certificate, which it's already the early bird special. So that's it, everybody. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Dutch and these are the Quilted Chameleons. In a world where craftsmanship meets innovation, where comfort meets durability, and where adventure meets relaxation, comes the ultimate evolution in hammock innovation. Proudly made in the USA, the Dutchwork Quilted Chameleon Hammock is a culmination of years of dedication and passion, with every stitch telling a story of excellence. The reason our flagship hammock remains timeless is because it continues to adapt and evolve to your camping needs. Compatible with all your existing Chameleon accessories, it seamlessly integrates into your outdoor lifestyle. Featuring an asymmetrical quilt design for the flattest lay imaginable, the resilient boot thread stitching ensures durability that withstands the test of time. Made out of Dobby 1.9 fabric, a polyester nylon blend that has a 400-pound weight rating, it's engineered to support you through every adventure. With both the hammock body and the quilt shell treated with DWR for moisture protection, you can rest knowing you're shielded from the elements. Unlike traditional insulated hammocks out there today, the Dutchwork Quilted Chameleon Hammock boasts a one-of-a-kind patented single-layer body, delivering the perfect balance of warmth and breathability. The quilt stuffed with an 850 filled goose down that was ethically harvested, with 25% overfill done for maximum coziness. With a 5-star downproof rating on both body and quilt shell, you can enjoy uninterrupted comfort no matter where your adventures take you. The quilt shell, crafted from Argon 90, which is a 15 denier fabric, ensures lightweight performance without sacrificing durability, making it the perfect companion for any outdoor excursion. So the time is now to upgrade your hammock experience with the Dutchwork Quilted Chameleon Hammock. Your adventure awaits. It's here. This hammock is simple and cozy. Your setup is going to be easy and quick, but most importantly, you are guaranteed a warm night of sleep. Thank you, everybody.